Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of FIFA 17 Everton Career Mode. And this episode is number 25, and I apologize for the last time because in that video I did say about covering 4 games, but it turns out to be 3. But right here I am going to show you 4 games. I just checked that pretty recently, so I won't be making the same mistake again. But right here we are playing the first game against Manchester United. And you can see the player to watch is Ross Barkley, who demanded to leave in the upcoming January transfer window. So I'll be looking for a backup for him, and of course someone who's better than him, hopefully. So here's the starting lineup. So Yannick Bolasie is still playing in the forward position. Che Adams and Edison Cavani are out from injury. So here's the Manchester United side, a very strong side, to be honest, having Harry Kane right there playing as a striker, and of course they signed Dybala as well. So this transfer window is pretty broken in the FIFA community, but right here's Ross Barkley take a shot right inside the box, a very quick goal right there, and that's the first goal for in this game. And it was a fantastic start, of course. Definitely playing against Manchester United is a very tough thing for me, but in this series seems like I'll be crushing them for every time that I have when I play against them. But Yannick Bolasie with that pass, a monster pass in the middle, but Ross Barkley with the sliding shot, and the ball just go past David De Gea. But that's a 6 goals for Ross Barkley in 40 minutes right there. Is Yannick Bolasie take a long shot, but it's going to be wide for a goal kick. So a very good effort right there. Is the Hood to Gerald Delfeu outside the box, take a curly shot, but right there he is going to score with that long shot. A very beauty. So last game we scored with Ross Barkley with that long range left footed shot, but right there Delfeu is all about the location of the shot. Look at that once again, cut back inside, faking Valencia, but that shot I was pressing out one square. Depends on how you play the game, alternate or classic, but right there I'm doing the finesse shot, but turns out it was a fantastic goal. Last time I just said about this best goal, but right there probably that's another best goals. Well, you can say, of course, there won't be another best goals if that one is the best, or you can actually say that was a good goal, that was a great goal, but that was one of the best, definitely right there. But here's Andre Herrera with that stupid tackle in the middle, but Leighton Baines going to step up. Unfortunately, David De Gea saved that one, saved the asses, of course. And here's Harry Kane right outside the box. I know, well, he knows that he's not fast enough, so he decided to take that, a very risky shot, but it turns out it's not a very bad attempt right there. Here's Sam Castillo on the right hand side, crosses one in the middle to Ross Barkley, but David De Gea with another great save. That should have been the third goal. Here's Idrissa Gueye to Ross Barkley, dribbling in the middle, nobody's marking him. Well, that was a very poor defense by them, by Manchester United defense, but that's our third goal. You can see it looks like dribbling past all the snow cones, well, the cones, dribbling cones, the orange cones, but right there, that's a third goal, and Manchester United are basically done for this game. But still, the game is still won. Anything can happen, you know, from a 3-0 deficit. But still, Andre Herrera with that long range shot, but turns out to be a goal kick. It's Ross Barkley right outside the box, turn, take a shot, but David De Gea is making another save to that's a fourth one. That's to prevent the fourth goals. But here's Tom Davies to James McCarthy. But guys, no, I'm just kind of done right there because I have been taking a lot of long shots lately because I just realized that I don't have a lot of long range shots from the last year episode. But right there, Ross, well, not Ross Barkley, but James McCarthy with that long shot just kind of had me done right there. Look at that once again. From this angle, it's a very good angle, but David De Gea had no way to save that. Right at the top left corner, that's the second goal for James McCarthy. He's still, being very, very sharp. And right here we have a chance to score a fifth goal right here. And here's Dino, our youngster, take a finesse shot to the outside, but David De Gea with another great save, a double save right there. But Tom Davies could not convert that to a goal. That's the game 7. Henderson Mkhitaryan take a long shot, but still he is pretty slowed up right there by Leighton Baines, and that's how the game ends, I believe. Yes, 4-0 against Manchester United. I was very pleased with this result. According to the past result that I played against them, I scored 2 games of 4 goals, but this game is definitely one of the best against Manchester United. I mean, 2 amazing shots from Deulofeu and also McCarthy. So 4-0 for Everton, and we have more shots right there, 11, and they have 5. We have more shots on target, 9-1, with a possession rate of 54% to 46%, and we have the same amount of tackles right there. But right here now we move on to the Champions Cup or Champions League. It's just kind of messes me up with the with the wording right there. Of course, I think is the license or license problem for having the logos in the game, having the Champions League logos in the game. So while we have 2 same managers right there, probably that one is my twin, because we call him Mr. Minor. That manager would be called Mr. Major. You guys get that pun? Well, not trying to be funny right there, but still we have to move on with that stupid pun. And of course, I just never realized we had the same faces. But now we move on right here. Well, a lot of players I don't really know, don't know how to pronounce them. Still, just bear with me. I would just call the numbers out. What I know is Xhaka, brother of Granit Xhaka, in the middle. But right here, something would take a shot, but Sergio Rico with that save. Look at that once again from this angle. Not a very bad attempt, but still it was good enough to make that corner, try to make another chance right there. So for Sergio Rico is delighted with that save on himself. Here's Leighton Baines, a fixed shot, do a little bit skills move outside the box right here, pass it one to Deulofeu, take a shot inside, but the goalkeeper instead saved that. Fackley, that's how you pronounce his name, Fackley. And Ross Barkley puts it one in the middle to Che Adams, who came back from injury, which is a good thing because now we have more options right there. Here's Sam Castillo to a ball inside to Idrissa Gueye, but unfortunately the goalkeeper came out pretty on time to kind of prevent that goal, and he makes another save right there. Fackley, is that how you pronounce his name? Fackley, I just call him Fackley, okay? So here's the hoot, take a fixed shot inside, take a shot, but unfortunately Fackley with another great save right there. And here's Ross Barkley with a header, but unfortunately this time he's hitting the post. So we still couldn't score a goal right there, which is like a kind of bummer. But Castillo with another shot, a half volley shot right outside the box, and Fackley with a great save. And here's Xhaka, that's the only place I know how to pronounce, in FC Basel, but Sergio Rico with a great save, a fine save right there. He's Mohamed Dahoud, gives one to Jadino, taking a very forcibly shot, but that's how the game ends. 0-0, another draw. So that's the second or third draw already. That's the second draw against FC Basel. So now we have to focus on PSG because I just checked. I didn't show it to you guys, but we are at second place in the Champions League Cup. Schalke losing a lot of games, well, including two against us, and FC Basel have been losing to PSG, which means that in the next game, if we draw the game or if we win the game, then probably we'll be advanced to the round of 16. And here's the stats right there: 8-7 in terms of shots and targets. And here Jonathan Tah came back from his injury with a broken toe, so So Janelka is going to be in the reserve once again. Jonathan Tarr, who has been amazing for us so far in this season, and we're doing a little bit of scouting report, signing this player or that player. Here's Bucker, Juris Bucker, and here's Horn. It's not good enough. 86 rated. Still, now we have to move on to the Stamford Bridge against Chelsea away from home. I would describe a stadium of fear, because every time when my beloved favorite club Arsenal is in the Stamford Bridge, they couldn't win for some reason. Well, under Mourinho, but I remember one time they beat Chelsea at home in Stamford Bridge 5-3. I remember that game. A lot of crazy goals. But here's the lineup for both teams. Here is Conte. Congratulate to him for a very good, a fantastic season. Now here is our lineup. A couple changes right there. Ake, Mori, Garban, Holgate. The whole defense are basically shipping up. James McCarthy. Well, I mean, yeah, literally the whole game. But still, Sergio Rico makes another great save. A fine save right there. A corner right here to David Luiz. A back heel right there. And a little bit confusion right there. I have no idea what happened. Fumbling around inside the box. But fortunately, that one kept outside, to prevent the threat. And we still couldn't get a shot right there. But, well, I think that was Yannick Bolasie almost makes that one 1-0, and here's the header from Funes Mori, who always complained about the weather. So here's Tom Davies, gives one back to Giordano, take a shot, but Courtois with another great save. Here's another corner, and yeah, that's how the game ends. 0-0. A very boring game, to be honest. I feel the highlights and no goals, especially. That's what I hate about recording some gameplays without a goal. So that's the final scoreline, 0-0. None of them are my man of the match. So it really depends on how the game adjusts the ratings of the performances. But now we move on to the final game of this series, final game of this episode. Excuse me, against Brentford, a championship side of the English League. But now we are at the semi-final, which of course I don't really care about the result. Still, we will win if we lose, or if we win the trophy. I won't be matter a lot. But here's the lineup. You can see a lot of players are basically new faces that you've seen. So here's Calvert-Lewin playing up front. Yannick Bolasie, Palacios playing on the wings. Tarasha, our reserve player, a very young, fine player, is having a chance to play at the CAM area. So I forgot who plays in the middle, and of course, the guys four at the back are basically the reserves. So of course, a game of no matter. That's how I describe EFL Cup. But right here, I have no idea what happened right there. Seems like this player dribbling passes all my defenders, including one of my central midfielders. I have no idea what happened right there, but seems like a very funny goal, because I barely conceded this kind of goal. Look at that. Funes Mori pass him and Arcade pass him. But, honestly, that was a great goal right there. Stackenberg, could not even save that. I couldn't blame him, because, well, you can only blame our defense. But here's Hosefun. Okay, now I know how to pronounce his name. At least here's Stackenberg with another great save. Here's Hosefun, crosses one. Well, it gives one to the middle, but it turns out Stackenberg with another decent save. Here's Stafafun once again on the right hand side, crosses one in the middle. Nathan Ake, I have no idea what happened right there, but now we are 2 goals down, conceding the second goal. And Nathan Ake, what happened right there? Apparently he couldn't clear that ball, and of course that poor own goal. It should have been it should have been a goal kick, but unfortunately that's an own goal for Nathan Ake. It is Yannick Bolasie to Tom Davies, and that's how he scored one back with a great shot. Well, that was a very powering shot by Tom Davies, kind of pushing him to the wrong momentum. Right there's Yannick Bolasie, good positioning inside to the inside, and he decided to take that beauty shot, very powerful shot as well, passing the goalkeeper. There's no way to save that, but that's the second goal for Tom Davies in this tournament. And that's how the game ends, 2-1. It's a good thing where I will not be, I won't be wasting legs on the pitch for another competition. But Delafeu, for some reason, he came on right there to play in the EFL Cup. But it turns out it's a good thing that we're out, because it kind of save energy for a lot of them. But so we have two shots on target, but it was not good enough with 9 tackles, 3 fouls. So now we are currently out. Oh, so we are in the quarterfinal. But so it does not matter, because, well, you can see if we won that game, we either have to face Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, every good team in that competition. But so that's the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.